There's no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left.
Side stories.
From your blade.
That's when the cannibalism started.
Side stories. Yes. On the road again. I can't believe we're on the road again.
Oh, man, it was wonderful, wasn't it?
It's so good to be out there eating shitty hotel food, getting liquid shits, having fun. We went into a limo. It made Marcus's tummy hurt.
He couldn't handle the class.
But we had a good time.
We loved it. We're trashy, classy people.
What was fun about riding a limo from Columbus, Ohio, down to Cincinnati, Ohio, was all of the, first of all, Bengals fans were amazed.
They were amazed.
There was a guy in full, to older couple, full Bengals gear.
Both of them.
More like bungles.
Whoa,
Gotcha.
buddy.
Gotcha. But they were like pointing at the limo like, there they go.
Ariana Grande.
Look at him. I bet it's Ariana Grande in there.
Ariana Grande. Also, there was a motorcyclist who was pretty impressed with our limo.
Oh, yeah.
And we were pretty impressed with his ride.
Oh, yeah. And then
We could have had a real hot action scene.
And then when we get out of that limo, which I think is really funny, is that it shows the democratic nature of money in this whole world. Where we got out of this limo and you saw everybody that saw us come out of the limo just be like, wow, anybody can get a limo. I thought you had to be famous to have one.
Looks like Mumford ate his son. Isn't this great? Isn't that wonderful? Welcome to Side Stories, everyone. I am Ben, hanging out with Henry.
Yep.
We had such a wonderful time this past weekend. Thanks to everyone who came out to the shows in Detroit, Columbus, and beautiful Cincinnati. We did take a limo, and it was so comical. At the end of our trip, the limo driver's like, should I pull into the hotel? And we're like, sure.
Right, yeah, do whatever, man.
So he knocks over a cone on the way in, and he gets into this really
Very tight
roundabout.
space.
It's
Very,
a
very
roundabout,
tight.
right? And then so we're checking in, and then I get a text from Henry be like, limo driver stuck in the stuck.
He's just going like doing like a 1,200 point turn trying to get out of the roundabout. It was incredible. It just shows, man, the power of a limo, because everyone just watch it. Because of course no one could park.
No.
So he took over the entire valet section. People were honking at him and shit. Just seeing a bunch of just irate Cincinnati 50-year-old couples. It's kind of like, it's like gasoline for my soul.
It was wonderful. But thank you truly to everyone who came out. We hope you enjoyed the show. And we just had a wonderful time. All right. We have a bunch of news to get to this week. Let's start with we have two updates.
We do.
One update. Dare I say, sometimes the law finds a way.
I mean, there's a difference between what's legal and what's right.
Absolutely correct. Michigan parents, man, their kid, he was staying at home. He was 30 years old. He got to get the heck out of there.
Oh, yeah.
His parents thought they had a way to get him out by throwing away his $30,000 porn collection.
Well, now we know it's their $30,000 porn collection because that's what a judge gave him in awards. His parents have to pay him $30,000 for throwing out his vintage porn.
Mm-hmm. David Working, he is 43, actually, won the lawsuit against his parents.
43 years old.
43, yes. He lived at their Grand Haven home
no
for
winners
10
here.
months. No winners whatsoever. Working lived at their Grand Haven home, his parents, for 10 months after a divorce. I wonder what ripped them apart.
I mean,
one page at a time.
I don't know.
It
I
is
don't know
literally the end of a marriage with a million paper cuts.
But
and the
why,
paper
though?
is full of boobies.
Why would porn end your relationship? I guess having a
Honey,
collection.
I've got to go down to the basement again. And then she's just up there lonely and sad looking at Gerard Butler films, just wondering what else she could have had, as opposed to a cum-basted husband who is looking at old porno.
This is the thing. He's either constantly masturbating and it's ruined their sex life, or David Working, this man, he better be working to afford all of this shit. David Working, it might be one of those. I guess that's why that he went balls to the wall in court, because he said it was vintage. That this was his collection. He wouldn't sully that porn collection by doing something as low as masturbating to it.
Well,
that was his Americana. Traveling through America. That was his tribute to Middle America.
Well, and I think you could look at the lens of history through pornography. I don't see that as not an insightful angle. I think there could be something there.
Oh, absolutely.
And in David Working's, to his credit, He must like pubes.
He really must, because back in the day, woo, it's a jungle out there.
Absolutely, and I am pro-pube. I like to see a pube. I don't know why all of these women have to look like turkeys on Thanksgiving.
I like women with whatever they want.
Absolutely, another good point. Henry Zabrowski, hashtag woke, hashtag too cool. So take it wherever I can get it. David Working's parents, they threw out the porno because they figured maybe that was why he got a divorce. And the more that I hear about the story, because I was under the assumption that he was kind of living with them for an elongated period of time. Guy's going through a divorce.
He is.
He already lost his wife.
And because she didn't want the porn collection in the divorce.
That's one of those great things about having stuff your significant other hates.
Yes.
Unless they take it in pure spite, which could also happen.
Oh, for certain.
So 10 months, I think his parents, they need to be a little bit more sympathetic to their loser son who couldn't keep the marriage together. And for them to throw away the porno collection, I'm actually in favor of what the judge did here.
It is kicking a man while he's down.
But the definition of it, and it's kicking him in the crotch because those are his, those aren't his papers.
It's his memories.
Those are his memories. Those are his friends.
It's like, I remember when I jerked off to this magazine. It was December 1998.
That's the Barbie twins, perhaps, or something to do with Jennifer McCarthy.
Ooh,
Jenny McCarthy.
Well, yeah. Holy shit. Yeah. Wow. Now that I think of it, these are wonderful memories.
Absolutely, they are wonderful memories. So Working's parents also must pay the $14,500, damn near $15,000 to their son's attorney. So this was a $45,000 lesson that they thought they were teaching their son.
Seriously.
But sometimes doesn't the student become the teacher? And in this case, the son is indeed the victor. So
so this is there's a little bit more more of the context of the original fight this is what I forgot about this. The son was living with them after his divorce. One day they got into an argument about shit, and then the police were actually called. So you remember that they actually had kind of a very heated relationship. The police advised him to not come back to the property. That is when he moved to Indiana. So he moved out, right? And that's when he left all of his shit at the house. And that's when the parents really went through everything. And this is about spite. This is psychological warfare.
I completely agree. And I'm on the side of the child who is 46 and porn addicted. I remember the dad said, or don't remember, I'm recalling here. The dad said in an email, frankly, David, I did you a big favor getting rid of all this stuff. And it's like, you didn't, because you cost him a lot of money. Also, who'd you give it to?
Yeah.
What happened? Is some
He
garbage
threw it out.
Yeah, but then you know who finds it then? The little rascals. And the little rascals go, and then they jerk off all over town.
It's better than them committing crimes.
And
if little rascals,
that is a crime.
No, it's not.
Oh my God, Henry,
are allowed
public
to jerk
masturbation is a crime. Public masturbation is a massive crime.
Sure, but it's better than, I don't know, surrounding me in a group and taking everything that I have in my pockets, or or all beating me with their skateboards, or surrounding my car so I can't get out of the parking lot, and all of a sudden I have to kill these children.
Those are your personal stories. Now imagine all of them doing that. Plus one jerking off.
I mean, at least I'd be like, that's love.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, so that's an update. The Michigan parents, they've lost the war against porn, and their son, he can, he's never going to get it back, is he?
No, he's not. He's going to have to make new memories.
Unless he goes and he starts digging in trash cans, and now all of a sudden they've made their son the guy who digs through trash cans for old
Looking
porno.
for his old pornography.
And,
yeah. Well, I just hope
just
that...
worst Easter bunny of all time.
I tell you what, Thanksgiving's going to suck.
I don't think Thanksgiving isn't happening this year, because what he was thankful for was his $30,000 worth of porn.
I guess so.
And now he doesn't even have that.
Well, I will also say a big shout out to all of our friends and all of our listeners who work in the porn industry. One thing that is fun about porn is that porn is the reason why we have Blu-ray and not HD DVD. They've always been the head of the curve of all technology. They were the first people doing the immersive cell phone. What do you call that? When you they like virtual the VR shit, and there'll be probably the first ones to originate robots that could first suck your dick and then eventually drive your car.
Well, be careful with the VR. Don't get sucked in too much. You'll never get out.
Whatever you gotta do. Oh, but don't worry. Soon we'll be able to go to the office in a helmet. Did you see that thing that fucking
No, I didn't see it.
Zuckerberg put out? In the middle of,
yes.
Like this idea
Not
of the
happening.
virtual office. Fuck you, bro.
Yeah, buddy, we just got out of the office, and he's like, but what if we bring the office to your mind?
Shut
I'm
up!
gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna.
It's like the
I'm
last
livid.
place that the office should be able to get to. You'd be like, that's how I was when I had an office job. You got my body.
Yes,
You're not going
physical.
to get my soul.
Definitely not. Now they want both. Also, we talked about this on Abelington's Top Hat. Thank you for supporting that show, by the way. We went twice a week and we're beating a lot of schmucks. But we talked about the OnlyFans situation, and because everyone screamed on our shows and many others, it worked, and OnlyFans is now not eliminating the only content that people go to their platform for, which is wonderful adult sex work. So thank you for everyone in our community who made OnlyFans change their disgusting decision to ban the thing that made them successful.
So today, finger your butthole. For us and for yourself. There's another update. So Chad Daybell's kids, if you remember, Chad Daybell was the preacher who worked with Lori Vallow, his hotter half, in order to kill many people around them, their children, and Chad Daybell's former wife as well.
And as far as psycho couples go, they're kind of a 10 in a way.
Lori Vallow is an Iowa 10.
Yes,
but not the rest of it. Chad Daybell's he looks like Winnie the Pooh without the personality.
Winnie was just sad, really.
Tiny dick. Chad Daybell, his children are saying he was framed, and there's no way he could have done this.
You know what's so funny about this? When children defend their parents, I'm like, okay,
well,
they must have done something well. But like,
you're so fucked up. You grew up with this man. This man was a completely different person up until he met Lori Vallow. And then, I mean, he was already doing he was never fucking innocent. He was always a liar. He was always saying that he was a prophet and talking about the end times and doing all of this shit.
Of course.
Like, he was a dangerous person. He was trying to be. He owned a podcast network. It's not good.
But isn't it nice that his children are standing by him? I'm remind you when Rudy Giuliani, who was like, I might run for president or for governor. And then his kids were like, he was the worst father we've ever had. We've never voted for him one time. I'm like, oh, he's a scumbag piece of shit, as another indication of him being a scumbag piece of shit. But the fact that kids are standing by him and not being like, he openly molested me, is actually kind of like a redeeming. I'm finding redemption.
They're in on it. And those 5 kids also were a part of the same death cult that they all were. So those 5 kids want their father to be correct. They want him to be right.
Are you telling me they want his life?
They want his life.
Wow.
Unlike almost the biblical statement, I don't want your life.
James Vanderbeek.
But yes, and now there's also some saying, there's apparently a little bit of a leak of information that they believe that Chad Daybell's wife, who also died of a mysterious illness, probably some kind of poison scenario, she was asphyxiated. So we don't know what the hell is happening here again.
Wait, we're just finding that out?
Yes, we are.
Asphyxiation, isn't that a fairly easy thing for a coroner to be like, yeah, the throat's all choked in? Can't you know that fairly easily?
They're trying to figure out now. I think that the police held back a lot of specifics about the nature of the way these bodies were found and what happened, because they were starting to understand that all of these cases were linked,
right?
And that something was happening within the Chad Daybell, Lori Vallow universe.
So maybe they wanted to eliminate people being like, I did it because I'm cool. And it's like, did you choke her? No, I did not. Be like, no, you didn't do it then, did you?
People like Lori Vallow's brother claiming he did it. You know what I mean? Like that kind of shit. Like, because he was ready to do everything. He was ready to do anything. He was her fucking doger.
Man, I gotta say, if Rachel Dolezal had 1% of the amount of convincing attitude of these two, she'd still be black. Like, I don't understand. And this is, I think for all of us, it's a little bit confusing when you look at cults in hindsight. You're like, how did you follow Keith Raniere again? He played volleyball all bad and was short and nerdy.
And he makes you feel good.
Exactly. They must have really done a number on these people. For them to have support like that going further, as the investigation goes further, the evidence seems to be coming out. It's not looking good, but they're standing by their cult leader.
I feel like you give up a lot. And honestly, where they're from Salt Lake City to Iowa and all these places, there's not a lot of shit to do.
Yeah.
I think it's also why people get into methamphetamine in their 40s.
Of course.
It adds spice.
Dude,
it adds drama.
Every time I drive from LA to Phoenix, halfway through, I kind of want to do some meth. There's nothing. It's a sandy desert.
It adds flavor.
You look out and you see like the 4, and not a diss on trailer parks, wherever you live, it's just fine. But you see 4 trailer homes and you're like, what could you possibly do other than meth? I mean, there's no other option. There's nothing.
It's instant paprika.
Oh, who doesn't like to be a little corn at a state fair?
I do. I like it. This is a story that's, I mean, I think it's an important story for us to tell.
You want to do something serious, or do you want to do something a little bit lighter?
I don't know if you'd say this is serious or light, because when it comes down to it, we've talked about these types of relationships on the show before.
Sure. Yes, we have.
And again, like, maybe we're missing something. This comes from Belgium.
Ooh.
A Belgian woman was banned from the zoo after a quote-unquote 4-year affair with a chimpanzee. Now, she's been banned from coming in contact with this chimpanzee. I believe the chimpanzee was named like something about Cheetah. Named Cheetah. So this woman came every day for 4 years. So a chimpanzee named Cheetah arrived at the Antwerp Zoo 30 years ago.
Oh.
Now, over the past 4 years, A.D. Timmermans has visited the primate every single week. And according to Amy Timmermans, this is her quote, "I love that animal and he loves me. I haven't got anything else. Why do they want to take that away? We're having an affair, I'll just say."
All right. The chimpanzee cheetah, C-H-I-T-A, not cheetah, like a fun adult entertainment club, is a 38-year-old chimpanzee. So it's an old chimpanzee. And
those are the most dangerous chimps.
Well, they're also the most wise. We are very close to the chimp.
No, they're the ones that flip out.
They can flip out if she leaves him. She needs to walk a tight line. Obviously, she enjoys a stern relationship.
She does. Now, this quote-unquote affair, the way it went down was that Timmermans, that she'd go to the outside of the cage and she'd wave and blow kisses at the monkey. And then the chimp would, I guess, blow kisses back. I'm not certain, but I think he's just like assuming like she's going to bring me food or I'm going to eat her tits. They just felt like it was getting, they felt that it was starting to negatively impact the cheetah. And cheetah's rapport with the zoo's other chimpanzees.
Well, that's out of jealousy. And you know what? If your friends can't deal with the fact that you're happy and you're in love, then they weren't your real friends to begin with. And they're trying to bring you down. So cheetah, you don't need those other monkeys.
When everyone's human.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because according to the zoo, the Antwerp Zoo, according to Sarah Lafoot.
Well, because it's interesting because so cheetah, they said when cheetah's like too involved with the visitors, the monkeys begin to ignore him and they don't consider him a part of the group.
That's what she says.
And so what that does is that makes the champ kind of like an outlier and it can't get back into the tribe.
Yeah, according to Lafoot, she says an animal that is too focused on humans is less respected by its peers. But again, peers, maybe you need to open your minds and realize your buddy is banging species.
Do you think that they would be like that? Do you think that they wouldn't be like, do you think that within the chimp world, they wouldn't be like that, like when like Mary Kay Letourneau had sex with her student? Like, would they be like,
no, because we're talking
that's
38.
Taboo. That's taboo.
No, because, well, you know what?
That's taboo.
It's all taboo.
But I mean, if the other chimps, do you think they'd be like, that's kind of gross? Cheetah, that's kind of like gross because like Bing Bong here, she's got huge tits. Right? Don't you want to just fill Bing Bong with child?
They say that
we need more of us. They keep begging us to fuck.
They say that the chimpanzees aren't hanging out with Cheetah because he found love. And again, it's all quite disgusting.
But Cheetah's fascination with humans, but it's also because Cheetah was a pet too, which is also a red flag.
Cheetah was a pet. And also in 2008, Cheetah was injured in a brawl with other chimps. So these chimps never liked Cheetah whatsoever.
Being driven to these women, to these homewreckers.
Why can't she blow a couple of kisses at the chimpanzee?
I guess so. And now they're walking it back. Now the zoo's saying, we've never put a ban on her visiting him. We have asked her to stop, please, because we're afraid of how it will affect Cheetah and his relationships with the other animals. That's the thing. So now, because I mean, that's very European, right? I mean, like, so they're not banning anything in Europe. You know what I mean? At some point, they would have been like, if they do fall in love, who could say what happens? You're on the Champs-Élysées. You know, like they do have that attitude where they've been like, I think they'd be kind of fine if they kissed once.
And again, this podcast, let's go 59 years in the future. I think it's wonderful that they found love.
Oh, wow. I mean,
think it's
honestly,
wonderful.
Just another wonderful chimp-human relationship, and you love to see it.
Thank God. Anyway, they're kissing. She kisses the glass of Nicholas. We just have a whole bit in our live show about Jane Goodall fucking apes, and now this story, I literally texted Marcus and Henry and be like, are we making reality? Is this Click? Is this a crazy Adam Sandler movie where like we say it and it comes true? Because like buttholes for heads.
Oh yeah, same thing with the fucking all the plague shit. After we were doing the Black Plague, and then they had to shut down Lake Tahoe because of squirrels with the plague. And then when we were in Denver, there was like 3 or 4 cases of people with the plague, and then 2 kids died.
So maybe I'll just say this: it's a shirtless summer. Shirtless summer for all the ladies.
It's September.
God damn it!
Yeah.
Never mind. I miss shirtless summer. Next summer, all boobies all the time.
We love it.
Both male and female.
No shirt summer. We're gonna do that next year.
No shirt summer, except for me. I have to kind of wear larger shirts there. Okay.
Live from your grave.
This story is from Georgia, and you know what?
It's very Georgia.
It's very Georgia, and I'm going to say it's mostly comical because the people of the story are already dead.
Mm-hmm.
So this man didn't kill anyone, but a Georgia dude, he wanted to steal a vehicle.
I mean, he probably had to get out of there. Whatever he was doing, he had to get out of there.
And he did end up getting out of there. This man actually was able to make an escape. How did he do it? His name is Keyshawn Griffin. He's 23 years old. He stole a mortuary van to escape the police. And as the police were chasing him, dead bodies kept on flying out of the back of the van.
Yeah, it sounds like he was I know that he wasn't, but it would be kind of fun, like in a chase movie. Like if this was a movie, the idea of like throwing corpses onto the highway for the cops as they swerve all around them is incredible.
He didn't stop them from flying out.
No. They kind of just ran over him.
And I say this with a bit of a smile because if I was one of the corpses in the back of that van, I'd be like, it's kind of fun to be a little speed bump. Like my final thing is to be like, get out of here, Keyshawn.
I imagine their families are upset, but also when it comes down to it, think of the memes.
Yeah.
If we're going to be upset about something, when it comes down to it, at least that your precious loved ones would go forward to make a moment for the internet to all come together.
It's kind of cool. Stan Henderson, the owner of the van, and Stan Henderson's and Sons Mortuary in Stockbridge. It's always and Sons.
It is. You got to get all the families in there.
But what if the kids are never in the naming process? It's always like, and then we have kids, and now it's and Sons. And it's like, what if I didn't want to put makeup on corpses?
Then you break
for the
your
rest of my
fucking
life?
father's heart.
Exactly.
Then you break your fucking father's heart.
And Stan Henderson, just given the name, the Georgian nature of the name Stan Henderson, I'm assuming he's got old man strength. This is what he had to say. He says, it's ridiculous that the dead can't even rest.
Aww.
Police chased Griffin from the city of Connors to DeKalb County, where the van became disabled after striking multiple vehicles and blowing a tire. The suspect then fled the van and ran into a nearby wood line. Police searched the area, but were unable to locate this guy.
I mean, to be honest, for him to make it out, because in Conyers, there is a lot of like wild out there. Like there's a lot of stuff.
Sure.
So, like, he must have, number one, did they look very hard? I don't know.
They probably did, to be honest.
I know some Georgia cops, or some of them are good. Some of them have been hitting that barbecue. You know what I mean?
I kind of like those cops better where it's like,
they go up to there's a bush here, so I'm going to have to get back to the air conditioning.
So Griffin stole the van to escape the pursuing police, and the gurney rolled out of the back. And it was in the parking lot where it came. And finally, it ended up in a parking lot. People were able to secure all of the bodies. So someone had to go be like, Larry, go pick up all the bodies on the roads. And you're like, I didn't have this on my 2021 bingo card. Anyway, he's out there, and I don't know what he
is wanted for several felonies. So
he's wanted for several felonies.
So he's obviously they are looking for him, and we will find out what the heck it is that he did. I don't know what it is.
If he didn't do anything, if it's drugs, I say, you know what?
Yeah, I mean,
he actually got away.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, it's just drugs when it comes down to it.
But what a day! Like that's an episode of Cops that every producer at Cops right now, I know the show is defunct, but theoretically would just like, that is gold.
Yes.
That's gold.
Oh, yes, of course. They'd be very,
you know
very
what
excited.
else it reminds me of, speaking of Cops? O.J. Simpson. Isn't that what happened to Nordberg? When he was on the gurney?
Yes! Oh, my God, that is what happened to him. That's incredible. Wow, yes.
Anyway, all right. So that's a little story out of Georgia.
There is also multiple break-ins. That's what he's wanted for multiple car break-ins. So technically, which is kind of saying, I feel like it is a lot of times it is a crime because you are in need of cash desperately and you can't get access to it.
Yes, that's possible.
Benefits ran out, whatever it is. But honestly, when it comes down to it, can't be stealing a mortuary van, tossing bodies everywhere. It makes people mad.
It really does.
What I will also, speaking of on the run, And this isn't a bulletin. This is a breaking news.
Hot off the presses. Ooh, hot potato. Hot off the presses.
And yeah, we're recording this in the past. So I don't know what's going to happen when this episode comes out, but imagine we're live. Chicago, be on the lookout for a white box van with red graffiti on the side of it. We can maybe on our Sush mates, we can go ahead and we can pop up the picture of this truck. There is random eggings happening throughout the Chicagoland area. And we're talking about the neighborhoods of Cabrini Green, West Town. And we're all in the loop. So,
I believe
in Chicago, they're coming for you. Bucktown, Wicker Park, Goose Island. A man with the dubious description of being short and Hispanic is driving this truck around and viciously egging people.
Cabrini Green, that's where Candyman takes place. Yes. So this story is really pretty deep right now. So this dude, he's driving around, as Henry said, in a really big-ass truck.
Big-ass truck. They don't know whether or not he works in that truck. There's some theory. One theory is floating around is that it is a student doing this. There is one of those because it kind of.
Do you think it's an art project?
I mean, I don't know, but people are getting egged. Whole lines of cars are being egged all night. They show up and their cars all covered in egg. And what seems to be like the actual bad thing that they did was that a woman with a not a carousel. What do you put a stupid baby in?
You put him in a backpack and then you drown. No, I'm just joking. You get a couple of rocks, you put him in a backpack. No, I'm just joking.
At a van. You take a baby, you put it in a bowling bag case. What is it called? Stroller. Jesus Christ. We are not going to have kids. We don't know anything about children. But a woman with a stroller was heavily pelted with eggs, and that is getting people of the people of Chicago extremely upset.
Yes,
and it seems to be that there's like apparently a lot going on in Chicago right now. The cops are not willing to put a lot of resources towards this story. So this is going to take a vigilante.
And of course, Chicago, we talked about this again on Top Hat. Be careful with the speed cameras. Those companies make a lot of money off of you trying to get to work. A recent incident was caught on security camera where a daughter and a mother also were narrowly hit by the egg. So this is
light Joker stuff.
We grew up in the world of Columbine, in the world of the DC sniper.
I was heavily egged.
Dare I say, there's something kind of, I would be so pissed.
I would be pissed.
I'm going to be egged.
You remember when we got pissed you remember when we got egged as adults? Was it just, no, that was me, Eddie, and Holden walking through. Yeah, out. So when he used to live on Troop Street.
I would not egg Eddie. That dude's a hoss.
No, man. 15-year-olds have no fear. They feel, this is what I was talking about earlier.
Scary.
These little rascals. They have nothing to lose. They're full of cum and viciousness.
Yeah.
They don't understand what they're doing. And I remember it was like a movie. It was me, Holden, and Eddie walking down the street, and these kids in bikes pulled up in front of us. We're all like, what up? And it was like October 30th, and they were like, get him! And then they started pelting us with eggs. We're like, oh! We had to run back and run away from them because you can't attack them. There were more of them than us. They're all full of testosterone and they're all jacked up because they work out all day at school.
Yeah, that's what they do at school. They work out all day. They don't sit and stare at computers and learn nothing. According to Moshe Tamsit, she says, I would love to understand what their motivation was.
Chaos.
And what this is all about.
It's chaos, and it's technically, if I was the man driving this, would I have a great time? Yes. Do I see this as an option for me in the future if everything goes south?
Sure.
Yes.
Well, there's been a total of 100 collected sightings.
Yes.
And there's a full map. You can find it on Reddit, not to direct anyone to that site. Get on and get off of it. But Tamsat says, there are many issues at play in this very complex issue. A lot of issues like the egg truck. How did it fall through the cracks?
Oh, we're being funny now, huh?
I don't know.
Now we think it's time to be funny?
I don't know if that was really a purposeful pun or not, but she goes on to say, I think folks would like to try to understand what they are trying to communicate. This woman is so Midwest sweet. Be like, I just want to know what's going on.
What are you trying to say?
Hey, what are you trying to do? That's all. I'm not mad. I'm just wondering, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to communicate? It's just like, I want to hit you with eggs, bitch. I was like, okay.
Oh, that is clear then. That is clear. You are saying it.
She goes on to say, it could be a form of protest, in which case one could respect the way they're going about things. Or it could just be a prank, or it could just be malicious. We just don't know.
We just don't know.
So
But
this is the most
It's
this is
very
the most
Midwest.
sympathetic woman to ever talk about being egged ever.
Yes. Well, because you know what actually makes it seem vaguely innocent is the fact that the eggs were not frozen. Because when I was
I
growing
never
up,
heard of that before. That's a murder weapon.
you
dude.
didn't fucking have that didn't happen to you as a kid. That
No,
happened
we
to
just
me
had
as a kid.
regular old eggs.
Oh no, they used to freeze those eggs.
That could kill you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was fun for them. Little rascals. And then this is an adult who is ever doing this. Is an adult. And I want to say he must have a hard job. He might be, you know what? I might even say this out loud.
What?
He might be like an Amazon Prime like delivery person or something like that, where you have
I could see it.
you have so much pressure. There's a lot of pressure. They're all timed. There's a system. They have to like check in all the time. They're being driven, right? So let's say you get off of work and then some people, they have a big glug of scotch, but maybe he's been in a program and he can't fucking drink anymore. Some people fucking smoke a big doobie. Maybe he can't do it because it makes him paranoid, right?
Sure.
All this kind of shit. Maybe like, maybe his family's gone or whatever. And then every day when he goes, he gets off of work, he goes straight to a convenience store, he buys several dozen eggs, and that's how he equalizes.
I think that's a fantastic approach, Henry, and I could totally see that being a viable option. He could also be in the egg game.
Why would he be I guess trying to
You ever every time
fuck with the supply?
just saying fucking eggs every time he looks at an eggs. It's my favorite stories of Christmas are, and I know it's like not technically funny, but whatever.
Oh, when the
It's just-
FedEx guys dump all the shit in the dumpsters.
and they get all mad
Oh,
and they
yeah, of
punch all
course.
the stuff, and it's just goods. So no one's really getting that hurt. I mean, it sucks and everything. But
It sucks.
I understand, like, to see brown boxes after you work at UPS every day, delivering hundreds of brown boxes. I would have PTSD
You
from
might.
the brown box, and I would punch everyone I saw.
Oh, yeah, I could see how you could be driven to this type of low rent madness.
Yeah.
Because it's not even that bad yet. We'll see how if it escalates in any way, shape, or form. But right now, it just seems.
Well-
because you know what's also the shame about this? Is that as I'm keep Googling, like, Chicago egging truck and shit, there is an actual, like, breakfast truck that is like a nice one that
Oh.
is called like the Eggman, the Chicago
Eggman.
Eggman, right? The Eastman, no wait, it's called the Eastman Egg Company.
Oh.
And all of the searches for the Eastman Egg Company keep getting buried farther and farther south. The more this story gets bumped up,
Well-
and the more. So maybe it's this guy.
Or maybe it's an enemy of the Eastman Egg Company.
Oh, Westman Waffle House.
Oh, don't even get them going.
Whoa.
And just lastly, Tom said,
Fuck eggs. Waffle time. It's time for waffles, you fucking whores.
Well,
That's what he screams all the time as he throws eggs everywhere.
you say fuck eggs. You know what that reminds me of?
Guy Fieri.
Where has Guy been? We love Guy Fieri, but I'm not.
He could send one of his guys. He wouldn't be doing this himself. He'd have one of his guys doing this.
If he was going to commit any crimes, which he won't, but if
doesn't
he
need
did, this would be the Guy Fieri crime. Slathering people in eggs as he's been forced to consume them
But I don't
his
understand.
entire
He,
life.
he hates eggs, but now he's at the level where he can make sure he doesn't have to eat eggs.
He never
but
does.
Every once in a while, he's on triple D, and like a chef is like, but you're gonna like this one, guy. This is a good egg sandwich. And you know what? I'll give credit to Fieri because you know what? He does take a bite, and he always goes, "They're wiggly." Like he does it.
He does not like eggs.
He doesn't.
I watched him. Somebody put an egg on top of what looked to be an out of bounds hamburger. And Guy slowly took the egg off. Just took the egg off and didn't have any of it. So
think it's
if
really
you're on
important.
Triple D
I actually-
and the dish does have an egg, but Guy's there, just go egg free.
Just go egg free. Also, let's not do these eggs on hamburgers anymore. That is my hot take for the day.
So the last quote from Tamsit, and I love this person. She says, if we can figure out an egg thrower, then maybe we can figure out how to reduce shootings. And maybe we can solve some other issues.
It's just like, honestly, I just had like an emotional reaction to that. That's so sad.
She lastly says, how can we work most effectively with CPD, Chicago Police Department, most effectively in the age of the internet? So things are so bad. They see an opportunity
there
of
isn't,
light.
though. I don't know if there is. I feel like what's happening on the south side of Chicago doesn't have a heck of a lot to do with eggs.
Well, it does not. It has to do with jobs, housing, and lack of upward mobility, which we need to provide those people.
Yes, we do.
Also, schools, the way they are funded should not be by municipality. It should be by state income, and it should be spread equally amongst the districts. But that's for a whole nother show. Okay, let's move on.
Let's move on. There's more sad stories and more gross stories.
I mean, the egg thrower story, I don't even know where to classify it as because it is comical enough. It makes your day shittier. I've been dumped on by it.
We all have. It's fine.
I've been dumped on by a pigeon before, and I'm going to say, I'd almost rather have an egg to the head because that pigeon poop don't go away.
It doesn't. It's good luck, though, to get shed on by a pigeon. This
no,
is just
that's a human being lie. That's
I mean,
a lie.
all things that we say are good luck are human being lies.
That's true.
It's all just made up. But this is just more of a call to listeners of Last Podcast and Left and Side Stories. You see a picture of this van. You get hit by this van. Tell us. Because this is time. It's time to collect this. We're going to collect sightings ourselves. SideStoriesLPOTL@gmail.com. I want the Chicago Scrambler on this show. If you are out there, if let's say you're driving around hitting peoples with these eggs,
we can get him we can get him to sound like Bane.
Yeah, honestly, if you are out there and you are the perpetrator, if you are the Chicago Eggman, we want to talk to you. We want to know your motives. We want to get inside your head. We want to broadcast your message to the world.
At the very least, you can email us, and I'm not sure if it's going to be a good enough message to broadcast, but nonetheless, in the world of true death, deadly violence that we cover all the time, little egg throwing is almost lighthearted, isn't it?
It is,
well,
isn't it? And maybe in the end, there's something we can learn from it.
Well, maybe go out there with a pan. Always have a pan with you. Ready to go.
Or you have eggs, too, and you throw them back.
Rise from your grave.
I want to do this one story really quick because this story just scares the shit out of me.
Yes.
It's about this 20-year-old gal. She's a chick in Texas.
Oh, this is a scary story.
She looks like just a nice, cute person, okay, right?
She does look like, I don't even know how to describe it. She looks like, she is 20 years old, but she looks like she could be 14.
Yep,
she looks very small, very diminutive.
Or the mugshot makes her look like 45.
I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know, man. Look at her. It's look like a little girl.
But she has the eyes of someone who's seen a lot of stuff. So anyway, this girl, authorities said on Monday, Emma Pressler, she's 19, was the prime suspect in a horrific August 6 incident, which left a 33-year-old Devin Graham dead and his wife, 26-year-old Carissa Lindros, hospitalized with burns across 70% of their bodies.
Yeah.
So she lit this couple on fire. Houston police say she still remains at large. However, this is not the first case of extreme violence done at the hands of this woman. She was actually acquitted of murder last September. She was charged with the murder of a 20-year-old Cypress, Texas woman. Her name was Ciara Rod, as she slept. On September 13th, 2020, Rod, who suffered from cerebral palsy, was shot and killed in a flurry of bullets fired inside of her family's home. Presley was the lead suspect. She was charged with killing Rod, but then she was, I believe, acquitted. And I don't know if the jury did the right decision, and I think there might be some jurors be like, young girl like that? Ain't no way she could do anything wrong. But she could, and she can, and she did. I'm not going to call this the what's the Joker lady?
Harley Quinn.
This might be the Harley Quinn effect. She kind of looks like Harley Quinn. I'm sure she played Harley Quinn on Halloween because that's an acceptable Halloween costume that everyone can get behind. She was not ready to be rehabilitated or back into society because, again, she killed two people by burning or killed one and desperately injured another by burning them alive.
It sounds like they might be tangentially connected to some form of gang activity. Pressler's boyfriend, that the car that the drive-by shooting happened was owned by her boyfriend, Austin McCalla, and they found her later on nearby, and the reason why she got acquitted, because they just thought that she was in the car. They eventually went ahead and charged another dude, her boyfriend, and three other people as the people that murdered the poor woman inside of that house.
Weird.
And they felt it was because it was some form of gang fight between their son. It was not the person who was murdered, but her brother that was the actual target of the violence. And they've been feuding with a gang known as 10K. But now we know that she is not an innocent person.
No, this is according to a neighbor. I feel so bad for this little community in Texas. The neighbor says it never stops. She was asked to be identified only by Aileen, which is her middle name, which it's still part of your name.
It is.
I would have just gone with like Lornda.
I mean, honestly, if you're going to say anything you want, you could be the Human Torch.
Ooh,
but that's what happens. That's why she killed those two other people.
Oh, that's sad. So the neighbor goes on. just last week, I was saying there's nothing going on at their house lately. And then this, I shouldn't have said that because that happened as soon as she said that. She's like, hey, they seem to be pretty peaceful. And it's like, and then they lit the fuse. And these one person died and another person, again, covered in burns, 70% of their bodies. Apparently at the house where Pressler lives, there's some indication of prostitution and some drug sales. This is what the neighbor said. She says, I hope the cops will finally start believing us. We're hoping that they get out of the neighborhood. It seems like, I'm not pro HOA, but it seems like one...
Never have an HOA. No, you can't ever defend an HOA.
Seems like
it's a mafia you have to live with. They tell you what color your mailboxes can be. This is America.
I'm with you, but imagine HOA is like an FBI federal entity.
That's me.
And they send,
I'm the HOA in my neighborhood.
Send I don't even like to use the word Karen, so we'll just you send Barb.
Send a Barb.
And Barb is the one that
Barb's a friendly Karen.
Barb is a friendly Karen, but Barb also makes sure the mailbox
is right. But also
Karens
can be friendly Karens.
Absolutely. I hate the whole
I hate the whole thing.
I know a lot of
did
great
this
Karens.
ourselves.
I know a lot of wonderful Karens, and it's just like, whatever. But send one of the most strict HOA people to this area, and she could solve this immediately. She would have those people out of there, and then this neighborhood could be safe. And it's just so sad that the police weren't believing the neighborhood as they were like, something's going wrong in that house, and the police were like, let's see if we can get some dead bodies before we do anything here.
So apparently this woman, Emma Pressler, was also, according to the couple that was murdered, they said that she was the creepy neighbor next door that kept coming by and staring at them. Apparently they were last seen, they were found later on after they went missing for several days. I imagine that it was some form of she tried to rob them, and then because she is a fucking moron, thought that I could get rid of these bodies by burning them. Like, yeah. That's the way I would, in my mind, is what happened. Mm-hmm. That's because she's an impulsive, dangerous person. Because, she's 20 years old, so her brain hasn't developed yet. She doesn't fucking even understand that her actions have consequences, probably. So she killed these two random people in a robbery, maybe gone wrong, and then try to get rid of the bodies.
Yeah, I mean, I have some sympathy, but again, I have
no sympathy.
If these were boys, specifically boys of color, they'd say those adults knew exactly what they were doing, and they need to be thrown away for life.
Yeah.
So
but because she looks like Elsa Jean, that porn star girl, everything is fine, right?
Pressler had previously faced numerous charges, including theft, drug possession, evading arrest, and failure to appear in court. And Henry, can you take a guess what drug she has an outstanding warrant for using? Can you take a guess?
Is it? No way.
Is it?
Methamphetamine?
Ding, 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 ding.
What?
You nailed it.
No way.
Methamphetamine is definitely the drug of choice when you're going to burn two people alive. That's a meth crime right there.
Oh, yeah, because I think because you know what would really throw me off? Getting all the gasoline. Yeah. I feel like by then I'd be like, what am I doing here? I'm just going to chop these guys up.
According to her grandfather, he says she was pretty well raised, but something went wrong because she's...
Yeah, obviously. I don't fucking know.
I don't know. Anyway, the manhunt is on, and we'll see what happens in this case. So this can be an update. Most likely they'll find her sooner than later.
Yes,
because
I don't think that she's very bright.
Well, I think she's probably...
You can be you can be evil and fucked up and stupid. So I imagine it sounds like she's not DB Cooper.
No, but Emma Pressler, again, given her physical appearance, I could see her also right now in Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Just, what you doing, big? Oh, my God.
Just like on DJ Khaled's plane. Funny story how I got here.
Who knows? Anyway.
Speaking of what drugs can do, and what not even drugs. Sometimes the substance that you use as a drug can make you make a couple of mistakes in your life and end up leading towards your death.
What's that?
And it's not a good one. This is a Gujarat youth by the name of Salman Mirza. He died after sealing his pee-pee hole closed with adhesive during sex. And I try not to get the woman pregnant, but they're also thinking that it might be because he was using the same adhesive to huff quite a bit of it, and he might have died after the process of ejaculating back into his own balls.
That can kill you?
I don't think it's good.
Did he die?
It's not like how Chris Chan was drinking all of his own cum with Faygo mix in order to recycle it so he would stay manly.
That's your one reference.
I'm sorry.
God, I hate that. Did he die of blue balls? Is this technically a blue ball death? Is this the first ever recorded blue ball death?
I don't think that makes them blue. I think it makes them like purple balls because it's just the cum got out, but then it went back in. So he sealed his genitals shut while performing sex with his partner. So apparently they were in a hotel.
How could that feel better than not using a condom?
I have
How could
no
he be like,
clue, man.
condoms really make it sensitive down, desensitize it down there. Here's some
I don't know.
epoxy.
They didn't have condoms. They decided, let's just glue the fucking hole together. A day later, June 23rd, he came to it himself. He was found unconscious in shrubs near the hotel. His friend, Firoz Shaikh, found him and brought him home. Salman was later admitted to Sola Silva Hospital where his condition deteriorated and he died. So he was already kind of half dead. They said the viscera samples of the deceased have been sent for forensic examination. The police officer investigating the case said that the couple used to abuse a drug that involved a whitener and the adhesive, which is inhaled.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a sad accident, and
he made money for his elderly parents and his two sisters. Doing what?
He was just trying to have safe sex, and maybe some education would have helped there.
I think that a lot of things went wrong to get us here.
Also, I mean, it's not foolproof. Don't take my advice here whatsoever. But the father from Dirty Work, he makes a good point. Pulling out, it's not 100% guaranteed, but it's safer than gluing your fucking
pee-pee hole shut.
And if you're not going to use a condom, it's the best you can do. Or dare I say, anal.
Yeah, I mean, anal. Just stick it to anal.
That's
hard. Come on any other part of her body. There's some other last podcast left. We just urge you. We urge you to keep your holes permanently open, right? Don't cut off access to any of your holes if you can. Let each hole live, because when it comes down to it, it's the reason why your body has holes, because things got to come out of it, and they got to come out because if it makes I guess it fucking, man, your cum just turns evil. I don't know what happens. It hits the top of the thing, goes back in your balls. I don't even know I think he died of a drug overdose.
Maybe a bit of both.
Because also, I don't even know how you pry that back open. I guess you can use a pin or something.
Oh, God.
Because if you permanently seal it, especially
No, you can't permanently seal. You have to be able to take a shower. There's got to be some way to get it open again.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know why
he's dead now.
Why was he in the shrubs? Anyway, all right. Just lastly here. This isn't really a story. It's more of me being scared and Henry probably loving it. A robot's now controlling the neurons of a rat's brain. So they're just creating...
A rat brain is controlling the neurons of a robot.
Whatever.
I think it's cool.
There you go.
I mean, I just think it's one of those where we just need to be careful because they are really going to try to replace us with certain jobs, right? Like, especially like they're going to try to use that. This is the way they're doing and they're building it up. So you have to figure out, what do we do to make sure our servers...
You have a fucking rat boss? Now you have a robot that is being controlled by a rat brain.
I think that that's a bad idea because I don't trust rats.
No.
I would prefer if you made it like a puffin's brain, like a Labrador Retriever's brain could run a robot.
I believe that they are cute because of their limited ability to communicate. If you could really get it, Puffin would eat, he would kill us.
Have you seen those Instagram videos or whatever of dogs learning command buttons? Like it's a dog that learns how to communicate via pressing buttons on a sheet. You should look at it. It's both heartening and also again, I don't want you to be able to talk. I like that Wendy can't talk.
I mean, because it's kind of that's kind of one of the perks.
I know, because I don't need to know everything on Wendy's mind. I also don't necessarily need to be criticized by Wendy.
No.
For the way I'm raising her.
Absolutely.
Because that's why I don't have a child.
Exactly. All right, everyone. Well, let's get to Hero of the Week. So this week's Hero of the Week is a mother.
It's a mother.
It's a mother.
And you know what it comes down to it? Sometimes as a mother. Oh, Henry Thomas, sometimes I think about how you used to be a little ant inside of my guts.
Oh, God.
Now you're a man.
It's disgusting.
We need a new backyard. We need an entirely new backyard.
Yes, so that's why she buttered you up in that way, calling you an ant.
It's compliment
inside
sandwich.
of her. Didn't she call you Jesus Christ one time?
I don't even want to talk about it on the show.
A California woman is being called a hero by state officials after she fought off a mountain lion with her bare hands when the mountain lion attacked her 5-year-old son. The boy was playing near a tree in his home in Calabasas.
You hope that this happens. You know what I mean?
It was a 65-pound mountain lion, and all of a sudden the mountain lion was like, yeah, goddamn it, I found myself a great victim. So the mountain lion grabbed the 5-year-old, dragged him about 45 yards, but then the mom was like, oh shit, that's my kid. And then she ran out of the house and started punching and striking the lion with her bare hands. So law enforcement was notified of the attack, and wildlife officials went to the family's home, and the officer noticed an aggressive mountain lion in the corner of the property. So the mountain lion was like, yeah, you got round 1, bitch. I'm waiting for round 2. But
he's coming back. Oh, man, this is the revenge story I'd actually really like to hear.
indeed, officials said because the mountain lion's behavior and location, they say, quote, believed it was likely the attacking lion, and to protect public safety, they did shoot and kill it. Wildlife forensic scientists analyzed...
It's an endangered animal?
Yeah, I don't know.
Jesus
no, I don't think.
Christ.
Not mountain lions. There's a bunch of them. Wildlife forensic scientists analyzed samples from the underneath of the claws of the suspect lion carcass and isolated traces of human tissue and blood with a DNA profile that matched the young victim. So yes, they did do more detective work than they did when OJ killed those 2 people. Okay, results were conclusive that it was the attacking lion that was shot by the wildlife officer on the scene. Dare I say, thank God. Otherwise, they would have just killed. That is the prime example of shoot and ask questions later and be like, thank God.
Yeah, I mean, well, good. They apparently they are listed as least concern by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, and so they're doing well. So
They're doing good.
Probably did it by eating children. Which
Maybe
actually was
they
really
did.
nice, man. They got to learn. We got to beat them. That's how I always believe.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, I believe that when it comes down to it, the strongest do survive and need to survive.
65-pounder. That's a pretty healthy size mountain
It's
lion.
like us versus the robots.
Yep.
The robots, when it comes down to it, the war's going to happen no matter what's going to happen between us and the robots. We have to win the war if we want to remain the supreme form of intelligence on this planet. Right? We have to.
Absolutely. All right, everyone.
All right.
So the California, she's unnamed, by the way, but she is Hero of the Week.
Good work. Now it's time for some listener emails.
Oh, great.
Number 1, a lot of people have made friends with bees.
Oh, really?
It mostly involves putting out a puddle of sugar water. And the bee comes there looking for
great.
the sugar water. There's
I-
some man who tamed a bunch of wasps, which is actually really interesting.
That sounds difficult.
It does.
My understanding is the wasp doesn't provide the same benefits as the bee, so a wasp is more of a nuisance.
Yes.
I'm sure they do something good. Mosquitoes don't. Can
you saying that has guaranteed that it does something.
Somebody
good.
let me know, but also mosquitoes. My understanding of a mosquito is they serve zero purpose whatsoever other than perhaps protecting the rainforest because it makes it uninhabitable.
But they're
is
scared about
anybody-
destroy. There's the thing. They've been talking about eradicating mosquitoes, but
Yes.
then they're also really afraid of the repercussions of just getting rid of an animal.
Let us know what you think. Side stories, LPOTL at gmail.com, because right now I'm like, get out of here, mosquitoes.
Yes, they are very dangerous, and they're going to probably be part of the next spread of whatever epidemic that we have. They are actually very good at spreading disease to humankind.
Fantastic.
So that's one little update. Another update was people writing in a lot. We have a lot of brewers that listen to the show.
I believe
they
it.
said one of the main takeaways is that it comes down to there's a process called when you distill booze down.
Mm-hmm.
There's like heads, bodies, and tails is the stuff that you're supposed to get rid of, right? And you were supposed to like that kind of shit. But the idea is that like maybe someone does not actually understand the difference between all of these different processes, which is why that Lithuanian woman might have killed all of those people. And the other thing was that the poisoning also might have been the result of if you start distilling to make high proof booze, you can really mess it up fairly easily. You can concentrate the toxins in the tailings accidentally, or the metal you use in the still can be toxic. It's possible to do safely, but you should know what you're doing. They said that one thing that also be is that they could have possibly used the source of alcohol could have been some industrial source of alcohol that could have ended up being toxic.
Okay.
So there's many different reasons.
Be careful.
But here are some of these longer form emails.
All right.
I grew up outside of Tahlequah, Oklahoma, in a small community of Briggs. Our house backed up to a ravine that eventually led to a valley of Pumpkin Holler. I believe part of the movie Where the Red Fern Grows was filmed there.
Oh.
In order to get to Pumpkin Holler, you have to drive through Tahlequah and several miles out of town and then circle back. I just picked up a friend of mine from there and was driving back when I saw what appeared to be a pterodactyl fly over my car. I shit you not. The underbelly of the creature was smooth and tan. Its wingspan was impressive, and the shadow it created was probably what caught my eye. I slammed on my brakes and frantically looked around to see where it went, but it was long gone. My friend, unfortunately, did not see it.
Okay.
Many years later, I was describing this event to another friend, and he turned pale. He then told me of a night that he and his wife had been traveling through Briggs and had chased one with his car before it flew off into the woods. This was not 1 mile from my home. The creature that he described was darker in color, but could only be described as some large winged creature.
Okay, cool. Love the flying entity situations.
This one's about Kennywood. This is about the
Kennywood?
This is about Kennywood, Pittsburgh, one of my favorite places in the world where we go. It's got the Phantom's Revenge. My favorite roller coasters is an amusement park. The Mad Shitter of Kennywood.
Whoa! As opposed to the Happy Shitter of Kennywood.
Oh yeah. I love this. I worked there back in the summers of 1999 and 2000. And those halcyon days were ones I look back at fondly now. I wanted to tell you about a guy who used to come into the park when I worked there. He was known as the Mad Shitter of Kennywood. And he'd visit the park every single day. He would shit on all of the rides.
No!
I was thinking, well,
What?
just
Did
fucking
they
kick him out.
Yeah, what is going
Just
on?
fucking kick him out. All right, what the fuck? But apparently, he was mentally handicapped. And he loved Kennywood. But he would shit on the rides for some reason.
Oh, no.
I get the feeling the shitting was intentional and not accidental, but I don't know. Eventually, they forced some poor Kennywood employee to escort him around all day, every single day, but he would still shit on all the rides anyway.
He's gonna diaper up.
That's pretty much it. Got tickets to your live show coming up to Pittsburgh, and I look forward to seeing it.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, at
really
some
great.
point, I understand you want to be all inclusive, and you never want to take the smile away. But maybe say you can only come once a month. Like, I don't know. I feel like if you're constantly shitting on the rides, there has to be some kind of standard
There
of
has to be a
practices.
way. There just has to be a way to communicate that this is not good.
You gotta-
we have to figure out what to do with
maybe,
this. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Garbage bag
Some
underneath.
rubber pants.
Rubber pants.
They got those.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Once upon a time when I was in college, I decided it was a great idea to move out of my rent-free parents' house. What a bad decision that turned out to be. I had trouble being able to pay for rent, gas, food, utilities. Yeah, you were fucked. I know
That's
this feeling.
everything. Yeah, that's called everything.
Yeah, I knew this guy for a while who kept bugging me, and he had this offer for me that he said he didn't involve sex, but it paid $300. Out of desperation, I called him, and I asked more about what he wanted. All he wanted was for me to pee on him and pee in my pants. So for 8 months, the rest of my
It's kind of
lease...
sex. It's kind of
Yeah,
sexy.
I mean, it's
Sexual.
Sure. I peed on this dude or in my pants for $300 a pop. He had me out twice, sometimes 3 times a week to pee on him or in my pants.
There you go.
Sometimes it was just so he could watch me pee. After my lease was up, I quit doing that and I moved back home.
Isn't that a
Yep.
lovely tale of romance?
Here's this one last story.
Very nice. I mean, you have to buy pants constantly.
I feel like
I would
you
say
can wash
also-
them. You have
Yeah,
one
you
pair of
can-
pee pants.
I would if I was hiring, I would give them a surplus for new pants.
I would, yes, be like, here's
Yes.
$15, go to Old Navy. Because the sales are going on.
They
right now,
really
so,
are cheap at
yeah,
Old
you
Navy.
It's kind of
But then
crazy.
again, the
It's kind of
qual-
fucking, it's like, are you giving this away, Old Navy?
But the quality isn't necessarily always
No,
there.
it is not. It is dipped. My brother-in-law is a retired homicide detective, and out of all of his stories, the bathtub corpse is the one that has stuck with me.
Dang.
One winter day, he was called to a second-story apartment for a dead body. As he approached the upstairs apartment, trickling water could be heard.
Uh-oh.
He wondered why the officer who first responded didn't turn the running water off. Upon entering the bathroom, he saw a middle-aged man who had passed away in his tub at least a week prior, but probably more.
Oh, man.
His body had become so bloated that the water was overflowing onto the floor. That's probably what prompted the call. He described the bloated man's skin as almost translucent and said that the best description was that of the Mike Myers character of Fat Bastard. They quickly determined that there was no foul play involved in his death. It was most likely a heart attack.
Oh.
It's now almost dark and freezing outside, so despite the overwhelming stench, my brother-in-law and another officer waited outside for the inside. They waited inside for the coroner, who was running late. Tired of waiting around, they decided to go get a body bag out of the car and help out the coroner by bagging the man themselves. They figured if they laid the bag next to the tub, they could quickly lift them up and out onto the bag. But that's not what happened. As they both lifted the body, the man's arm fell off at the shoulder. It didn't completely separate from the body, but the flesh just kind of disintegrated under the pressure of his hand lifting up under the deceased man's armpit, and the shoulder joint just kind of fell out. He described it as pulling a drumstick out of a roasted turkey if the turkey was made of Jell-O. Then they said, oh, maybe we should wait.
Yeah, have the coroner do that.
When the coroner came, his first words were, you try to move him, you've got to get the bag under him in the tub. You can't lift the body in like this. And apparently this happens a lot. And he said he drove directly home after everything was wrapped up, a 30-minute drive in below freezing temperatures with the windows down. Upon driving home, he left the cruiser outside, window still down, took off all of his clothes in the garage, and sprinted nude to the shower, hoping he wouldn't bring the smell inside with him. His wife wound up throwing all of the clothes away and took his personal car to work the next day.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know,
he said that he said as a listener, as his nephew, he asked the question, what did it smell like? And he said, I'm going to tell you what, you don't have the frame of reference for me to tell you what it smelled like.
I completely understand that. I can't. I went to the tombs in beneath Chinatown in Manhattan. They've never been cleaned before. That smell was unbelievable, but everyone is still alive.
Yes.
A week in a tub.
Woo.
Ooh, my God.
I just want to live my life that even if I spend 2 days dead in a tub, someone will call me. You know what I mean? That someone will look for me, try to find me, be like, hey, where's Henry? Even if they're mad, you know what I mean? I hope that that's what happens.
Yes, indeed. But then again, not a bad place to die.
I will live my life as a man that will be noticed when he's dead,
yes,
because of all the screaming and maybe all the fires that will result of whatever it does in my last final actions as a result, as some kind of revenge against the government or the long list of people who have wronged me.
I was thinking more it was probably dabbing. You probably die well dabbing.
It might.
And start
but
a fire to your couch.
Laugh while I'm doing it. That's for certain. That's how you'll know, because whatever it is I do, what I hope it is it's in some form of ice cream truck, and you'll hear the as you're like, oh no, sea-level celebrity Henry Zabrowski, because by then I hope they get to see.
That'd be great. Right now you're at Z.
Oh.
Z, A to Z.
I'd put me at R.
Oh, technically we are, in our field, we are quite successful. But that's why I like to stay in my field.
Yeah, stay right
I
here,
don't
man.
want to
I'm
be
happy
like
in this
anybody
pool.
else. I don't want anyone else's life. I don't want your life.
And then love the fact that I don't need to execute this plan. I don't think within the next 10 years.
Absolutely. Well, you're not allowed to.
I'm not. No, we're not allowed to die in the next 10 years. No one's allowed to die.
And I'm
in the next 10
continuing to move the goalpost on that.
10 years from this day.
From
for
this
certain.
day. Absolutely.
But guys, what a wonderful time. It's so good to be out in amongst the living.
Absolutely. And we want to thank everyone for being so cool. As you know, there's things going on outside of our control. So all of the protocols for COVID, the showing of the ID and Vax card and stuff, thank you all so much for being willing
cool
to do that. Obviously, this is not a constitutional issue. There is no constitutional right to go see a live performance. This is just one of those things like it's like a ride. Sometimes you're not tall enough to ride. In this case, this is just like another.
It's a regulation.
It's
and when
just
it comes
a regulation.
And you just have to fucking do your shit, get your stabby stab, come out and see us. We got this shit going. It's so exciting to be out there. Man, the audience has been fucking great.
So sweet. And thank you all so much for just being unbelievably pleasant as we're just trying to get through this shit. And it was awesome. We were talking to a security guard. I forget in what venue. And we're like, our crowd's super cool, man. It's podcast, live show, comedy. You know, it's all good. But they're super awesome. They're going to look fucking scary, but I promise you they're super sweet. He's like, yeah, that's good, man, because Corolla came through town and there was a massive fight in the crowd.
I was
like,
holy
what the
shit.
fuck? I was like, yeah, we don't really get the aggro. And then another woman says she got a divorce from somebody because he called us soy boys.
Oh, yes. I
Which
love
is
that
like,
term.
physically, I will destroy you. But then also, what does it even mean?
It's just something that we don't need to know. We don't have to know it. It's outside of us.
Anyway, well, thank you all so much for supporting us this past mini tour, and we can't wait to see you on the road in later September. We'll be back out there.
Here is a reminder. Go and talk to your local comic book store. If you're interested in our comic book Soul Plumbers, go through the DC line, the new horror line. Go and talk to your local comic book store and ask them to order our book, because that would be fucking sweet.
It's so cool, guys.
We met all of the family of Spring Hill Jack.
Oh, they were awesome.
They all came out and ran merch for us because the fucking merch guy for our Columbus show had some kind of fucking meltdown or something, and he let go all of our merch people for some reason. And so we so they came in. The entire family, the extended family of Spring Hill Jack came out and did merch for us. So remember, like, when you buy our coffee and you buy coffee from Spring Hill Jack, you are you are supporting a local business, a small business.
family.
It's 5 people that
It
do
is.
all of this shit. And to be honest, it means so much to them and it means so much to us. So
it really is amazing. They're doing so well, overwhelmed, but in a positive way. So thank you all so much for I don't know, just supporting the extended LPN fam. All right, everyone, thanks for listening. Hail yourselves.
Hail Satan.
Magustalations.
hell me, you motherfuckers.
Okay, not if you call him a motherfucker.
So come over here. Come on, sit on my knee. I like it. Come on, hey, buddy. Hey,
I love when you end
listen
it
to my
all.
show.
I love it when you end it all horned up.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.